7 Minutes in Heaven by Boomstick Mick. Read by No One and Nobody. Chapter 6. Clarity.
It's all for the best.
The polish of the tile floor began to run with Silver's tears as she sat against the double doors, forming tiny round blots that ran like little silver dollars shimmering in moonlight.
It's all for the best.
She removed her glasses and wiped her puffy, bloodshot eyes. The tears had blurred the lenses, making colors and forms seem as if they were melting together like cheap watercolor. She noticed a smear of pink forming into her vision. When she set her glasses back on her face, she adjusted them and realized who it was.
You okay, Sil?
Diamond Tiara asked. Her hair was wrapped in an improvised bath towel turban. The smell of lavender, honeysuckles, and sandalwood wafted from her fur.
I'll be fine,
Silver replied in a soft tone.
Tonight's just been a little weird for me. I know, right?
Diamond interrupted.
I needed the most potent and expensive imported herbs I could find in the house to get that stench of geek off of me. How you survived the whole 7 minutes without hanging yourself with your own pearl necklace is beyond me. It wasn't as bad as... First, he started singing some stupid song about some guy named Ulfin Raincoat something or other. Then he asked me about which types of Pokemans I liked. I mean, seriously? Did he really expect me to know what the hay he was talking about?
Silver Spoon hid her face, concealing her involuntary smirk.
Yeah, that sounds like but how did you do it, is what I want to know. It was difficult at first, but... Totally! What a freaking geek! And I swear, if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to get him back for this.
Silver's head snapped up at the vindictive comment.
What? Oh, yeah.
Diamond Tiara sneered, her eyes burning with a sense of purpose.
This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Di, don't you think you're being a bit of a drama queen? He humiliated me in front of the whole student body at my birthday party. This was supposed to be my special day, mine, and that little freak ruined it. Don't call him that,
Silver snapped impulsively. Diamond Tiara gaped, aghast at the sudden outburst, shrinking back in surprise. Silver did not even realize what she had said until she noticed the stunned filly's reaction to it. It was like the words flew out of her mouth before she could even recite them in her mind.
Did you really just yell at me? Like, seriously?
Diamond inquired, her eyes wide with incredulity.
I'm sorry,
Silver Spoon blurted. She quickly thought of an excuse that would explain her sudden emotional upsurge, preferably one that would deflect suspicion from her newly discovered fixation on button mash. Her face dimmed with self-hatred when she finally discovered a way out of her predicament.
It's...
She hesitated, but then she swallowed hard and forced herself to say it.
It's Button's fault. He messed me up pretty good, too. I'm not even in my right mind. I'm so traumatized.
Diamond sighed with a forgiving smile.
Trust me, I understand. I shouldn't have made you go in there with him.
She approached Silver and wrapped her in a warm embrace.
I wish I could have given you a respin. You were sure quick enough to let yourself have one,
Silver Spoon murmured.
What? Nothing.
She hugged Diamond back and forced herself to smile. All she would have to do is forget about button mash, and she could have her life back. At least she still had Diamond Tiara, who, despite her faults, was still her friend.
Hey, Sil, what do you say we head down to the spa tomorrow? My treat. You can even spend the night tonight if you want. Randolph can bring some of those marble cheese cubes you love so much. I think we deserve a little pampering after what we've been through. That actually sounds nice.
She breathed a sigh of relief. There would be no drama. There would be no ugliness. There would be no revenge. Her life, she thought, could now begin on a slow and steady path to returning to normal. As long as her friend was there for her to pull strength from, she knew she'd be okay. However, this delusion was soon shattered when Diamond's next comment made her blood run cold, like ice through her veins.
I'll get him back,
she hissed, her grip around Silver tightening ominously as the edges of her hooves dug into her back.
I already have a good idea. We can pay a couple boys to beat him up and take his Joy Boy from him. Then we'll make him do something humiliating in order to get it back. Maybe we can drag him into the boys' bathroom at school and force him to lick one of the urinals clean. After he does it, we can just throw that stupid toy of his down on the ground and smash it right in front of him. I bet he cries. It'll be hilarious. We can even record the whole thing. I'll host a slumber party the following weekend, and we can just watch it over and over again.
Die? Silver Spoon winced, trying her best to make her plea sound more like a suggestion.
That's unusually cruel, even for you. Maybe we could just live and let live? Live and let live?
Diamond broke the hug and backed away from Sil to look her sternly in the eye.
Just who do you think I am?
Silver was about to answer her, but Diamond cut her off.
I am the Queen Bee, and if you mess with the Queen Bee, Sil, you get stung. He ruined my party, Sil. Humiliated me in front of every pony. This isn't just some stupid holiday like Nightmare Night or Heartswarming Eve. This was my birthday. This was Diamond Tiara Day.
It was difficult to comprehend the way in which Diamond Tiara's mind had translated the situation as it had played out. She cheated. Why was she acting like she was such an innocent victim who was so terribly and unjustly wronged? Was she truly so entitled as to think that the world would just play out the way she wanted to, even by dishonest means? Silver Spoon was surprised at her own sense of clarity on the subject. She was always so quick to take her friend's side, no matter what. But for some reason, she just couldn't bring herself, in good conscience, to agree with her friend this time around.
But it never would have happened if you hadn't made us play that game in the first place,
she pointed out.
Sil, I didn't hear you complain when you agreed to go first.
Diamond spat.
That's because you lied to me.
Her comment was irritating, though Silver did her best to conceal her ire.
You told me the bottle would land on Rumble.
Diamond glanced around nervously.
Yeah, well, I guess there was some sort of mix-up,
she said. So nonchalantly, it was infuriating. Little did the evasive little princess know that Silver was keen to her plan. It only served to exacerbate the outrage that was beginning to grow within her.
Mix-up, huh?
She challenged, not bothering to hide the skepticism in her voice.
Yeah, I mean, stuff happens. Sil, you're being a bit of an ingrate. All I was doing was trying to help you. Celestia knows you need it.
Diamond retorted in an insufferably haughty tone. The irritation that had grown from Diamond's unwillingness to come out and tell the truth was beginning to intensify with that snobbish little comment. It clawed in Silver's belly, struggling desperately to come out. But she had to control it. No matter what, this was her friend she was talking to. Her best friend, her amiga, her everything. The one who she was willingly throwing away her first love for. Her first love, who put her desire for Rumble before his own, just so he could make her happy. It took a while for her to form a coherent sentence, through the anger and animosity that was just screaming to be released. But she managed.
Thank you so much for your help, Di,
she forced through clenched teeth.
But perhaps you have something you would like to admit to me? I swear, I will not be angry with you, and I promise to take your secret to my grave. But I just have to know, you're not, by any chance whatsoever, lying to me, are you? You didn't try to cheat your way to Rumble, did you? You didn't, by any chance, take advantage of my trust, did you?
Silver Spoon, of course, knew the answers to these questions. But she had to hear Diamond confess. It was bothering her. What would prevent Diamond from pulling another stunt like this in the future, if she thinks she can just get away with it? Diamond Tiara slapped a shocked hoof over her chest, as her jaw dropped, as if the very implication of such an egregious misdeed had mortally wounded her.
Silver!
She gasped, as tears welled up in her eyes.
The very nerve! All I wanted to do was help you get some alone time with the boy you like, And you're going to accuse me of this? How dare you? I'm hurt. This actually physically hurts. But you know what? I'll forgive you, because that's what friends do.
She nodded self-assuredly to punctuate her statement. Silver Spoon's eye twitched. A vein in her forehead began to throb. Oddly enough, there was a strange taste in her mouth. It tasted like absolute, unbridled, unadulterated, pure rage. The anger that had clawed at her from within her belly had obviously began its ascent up through her esophagus and made its way into her mouth. All she had to do was open it up, and it would fly out in full force. Her jaw muscles tightened in an attempt to keep the beast at bay. The creature wanted so badly to be freed. It was like a caged demon was kicking and beating at the back of her teeth, demanding to be liberated. Diamond studied Silver Spoon with a look of disapproval and said,
Sil, this is a bit off topic, but how many cupcakes did you eat? You look like you might have put on a few pounds.
Silver Spoon smiled calmly, breathed in deeply, and out that silly little beast named Rage flew. And it went something like this.
You are the ugliest, most conceited, vindictive, selfish, manipulative, deceitful, backbiting, sociopathic, loathsome, egotistical, egocentric, self-centered, petulant, divisive, intolerant, insufferable sack of excrement I have ever had the displeasure of associating with.
Diamond Tiara blanched in disbelief.
Like, I know you didn't just call me ugly. Was that really the only thing she heard? Yes, I did. You are ugly. You are disgusting. You are a putrescent sack of vile filth, offensive to all the senses. You are the pure, concentrated fecal waste of all the negativity in the world, amalgamated into a pink lump, then excreted from the anus of pure malevolence. You are the never-ending turd that constantly snakes its way from a pelvic orifice, like a chocolate ice cream soft-serve machine with limitless supplies. And its handle is stuck in the down position. You are poop, Diamond Tiara, poop. A never-ending, infinite, continuous, frozen, cold-hearted turd.
The pink filly blinked.
You? No, Button Mash did this to you, didn't he? Well, yes, he did do this to me. I am finally seeing your true colors, thanks to him. He showed me that there are others out there that are actually willing to put someone else before themselves. That there are ponies out there who are willing to make others happy, simply for the sake of seeing them happy, and not for some sort of personal gain. I didn't understand it at first, but...
Silver Spoon placed a hoof over her head as the overexertion of her rant began to bring on a headache.
Good Celestia handbasket, I can't believe it took me this long to figure this all out. It's like seeing a brand new color for the first time.
She looked at Diamond Tiara, shaking her headache away.
And your color, Diamond Tiara, is brown. Poop brown. And if I ever see you messing with Button Mash, I'll be forced to bring out the pooper scooper on you. And trust me, no pony wants to see that happen.
Silver's braid swung around like a platinum whip as she turned and stamped towards the den, leaving a flummoxed Diamond Tiara in the lobby. She skirted the bar and approached the unconscious, stubby-limbed colt, who was now snoring in a pile of discarded cupcake wrappers. Silver nudged him.
Hey, wake up!
She gave him a gentle kick, and the somnolent colt's eyes fluttered open.
Huh? What? Where does Button live? Who? What? Button!
Silver Spoon shook him.
He's your friend, right? Where does he live? Why do you want to know where he lives?
The wide-eyed colt managed over the battering, his head whipping back and forth like a drinking bird toy on speed. Silver Spoon breathed, then looked around. Everyone was watching her manhandle Snips, their eyes curious.
Because,
she announced to them,
I intend to ask him out.
One of the fillies giggled.
You're kidding, right? Button? No, I'm not kidding. Nerds are the trend right now. Therefore, Button's freaking hot, okay? So shut your mouth. And if you have an issue with it, you can submit your grievance to me in the form of writing. Wait, so nerds are sexy now?
Another asked.
Yes, especially ones with glasses,"
said Silver, adjusting her specs haughtily.
"But remember, I was wearing them before they were cool, and so is she."
She pointed her hoof towards Twist, who was looking about the room, meeting the gazes of all the starry-eyed children gawking at her admiringly.
You know,
She shrugged.
just being myself."
Silver nodded appreciatively at the distraction before returning to Snips.
"Button, where does he live?"
Okay, I'll tell you. For a price?
Silver rolled her eyes and crammed one of the last few remaining cupcakes into the colt's mouth. He swallowed without even bothering to chew, and then he smiled.
He lives not too far from the school. Head down Stirrup Street. Take a left down Saddle Court. Then you'll see his house. It's the fifth one down the left side. There's a large bird bath out in front with a custom-made statue of Kefka raising his hands to the sky. If you walk by it, it laughs. Don't let it startle you. It's just a motion tracker connected to an audio player.
Silver blinked.
"Who in the hay is Kef—"
She shook her head.
"Never mind. Saddle Court, fifth house down, weird-looking bird bath in the front yard that laughs at you. Got it."
She dropped the colt where he previously lay and exited the den to meet a scowling Diamond Tiara. The look on her face communicated well enough that she was waiting for her.
"I heard you in there." "Good.
Silver flicked her braid, walking past Diamond with her nose in the air.
Sil, if you walk out on me, you can forget about us. And I want my hair tied back." "Fine." "Fine?"
Silver approached the large double doors and placed her hoof on the knob.
"Silver Spoon, if you walk out of here, I swear You'll what?"
Silence.
"Oh, and by the way, I think nerds are going to be in for a while. You should probably look into getting some glasses. Or perhaps you should invest some time in picking up some gamer lingo, lest you look like a total dweeb." "I'm the dweeb. I'm the dweeb. You're the one who suddenly decided to go all gaga over the biggest dork in the school." "Yes, and I don't think it would have happened if you hadn't forced me into that closet with him. So for that, I thank you. Thank you so much."
Silver laughed mockingly as she removed the hair tie from the end of her braid, sending her silvery tresses unraveling and flowing over her back like a silky platinum waterfall.
"I remember when you gave this to me. It was kindergarten, I believe. It has always been such a special thing to me. But now, it's just an elastic piece of junk."
Silver held it out and let it drop to the floor, as if to symbolize the end of old and the beginning of new things. Diamond's jaw began to tremble.
"Fine,"
she sniffed.
"Just get out. Get out of my life. I don't need you. I never did."
Without another word, Silver Spoon turned around and exited the mansion, leaving her former friend behind to sulk in her misery and loneliness. She had brought it upon herself, thought Silver Spoon with a finalizing nod. She had spent so long doing nothing but trying to please her, trying to be accepted by her, that she had come so dangerously close to becoming her. The clarity she felt, this new perspective on life that she had, it felt cleansing, yet she now felt incomplete. Removing Diamond Tiara from her heart left a void that desired to be filled, and she knew exactly what she needed to do in order to fill that void. All she needed to do was track him down.